Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the pre-market homework session and trade plan setup for Wednesday, July 23rd, 2014. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder and head moderator for Quantum Leap. Quantum Leap is a self-organized learning environment. We are a private organization, not a commercial organization. We are retail traders helping retail traders. If you're interested in checking us out, we have a private private Skype room that's been around now. Coming up, our 5th anniversary will be next month. And you can give me a contact request at Doug_McKay. I'll be the one from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Of course, you can also send me an email to d.mckay@stealthtrader.com. Each morning we come together to talk about the market and look at the macro to the micro and then set our levels up for the day and our hypotheses. Before I do that, though, I have to get these legals out of the way. So this information is for the purpose of educating members who want to expand the knowledge of the business of trading. It's not for trading or investment advice. You and only you are responsible for trades or investment decisions made. Trading futures or any instrument involves risk loss. Please consider carefully whether futures or options are appropriate to your financial solution. Only risk capital should be used when trading futures or options. Investors can lose more than initial investment. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence and your own trade plan. Okay, we're going to get right into it. Of course, the big news is we went up and hit that 1980.50 and put in a new all-time high, new year high, new year month high. GG. Stop. And of course, I don't think it's over yet. We are holding value overnight, and I think we're going to get some expansion. Not sure it's going to be today. I think we're going to see a pretty rotational day today. Going into the Globex yesterday, or into the trading session yesterday, we had a Globex open at 1965.75, had a high of 76.75 and a low of 65.25. And then we opened the RTH out of range and out of value at 1975. We had a normal variation. We broke the IV to the upside. We did have a wide OS with the high being 77.25 and the low 74.25. Our initial balance high and low, 79.50 on the high, 73.75 on the low for a 5 3/4 point initial balance. All our intraday numbers were all higher. Our 1230 number 79, our high 80.50. Our low 73.75, our close 74.50, and then our VPOC shifted up to 1978.50. Looking at the 20-day ATR range, we have a 20-day RTH range just under 1150, full session just under 1450, and our Globex range just under 850. Value area high 79, value area low 75.50 for a 3.5 point value area, and we broke the IB just outside the second pocket at 10:06 Central Time. Volume was pretty regular, just over 1 million in the RTH and just over 1.2 in the full session. Going over to the news, we just had the Canadian core retail sales, and we have crude coming up at 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. I have to just check something because I didn't even do this yet. Let me just go here, bring my charts up so I've got them ready. Oh, look at that. I didn't even take my... Oh, I'm so running late. Let me just get my levels off from this one. Sorry about this. So we're currently trading basically right at yesterday's VPOC. Sorry. All right. Just going to need to get the overnight high and low here, so let me bring up the Globex. All right, so currently right now we have a Globex high at 1179.50 and a Globex low at 72.25, and our Globex is 1978.25, and a key LVN here at 76. Sorry about this. I'm doing this on the fly this morning, gang. All right, so let's go take a look at where we are. Put our full session highs and lows in right now, 1979.50 and 1972 and a quarter. And that is going to give us a full session high at 1986.75 and a full session 20-day ATR target at 1965. Quick look at where our pivots are. Our pivot 1973. Our resistance is 1981 and a quarter, I'd call it, on the daily, and the weekly is 1985.25. Let's take a look at where we are in the trends coming into this. So our monthly, good slope, good separation. Price is paralleling the 9 EMA nicely. Trend is intact on the monthly. Same thing with the weekly. Just trying to rush through this so we can get to the good stuff. And we've got, now there is that 30-minute head and shoulder that has a measured move up to 92 or 98, depending on where you put the neckline. So just keep it, keep an eye on that, mark that level down in your chart. And you can see that we're getting consolidation, but the trend itself is fully intact on the daily. Going over to the geometric chart, we're holding inside the lower line of the upward sloping short time frame fork. We've broken out of the downward sloping fork, and I'm going to take that off because I don't think it's relevant anymore. I'm going to take that. Come on. I'll get it off in a minute. So we're inside this upward sloping intermediate fork, and the lower line test today would bring us down to 1969.75 area, and a test to the upper line of the intermediate long-term upward sloping fork will bring us up to 1990 area, 1989.50 area. So those are the two levels. Not really much telling us on the geometric chart today. Let's just go over to the intraday and see if we've got any trends coming into the RTH session. You can see that there's that head and shoulders that I was talking about, and we've got a upward sloping good slope and separation on the 4-hour. We definitely have a trend on the 4-hour coming into the RTH session. Let's take a look at 30-minute. 30-minute, same thing. You've got good slope, good separation on the 30-minute. Go down one more to the 5-minute. 5-minute more consolidation. Got a naked cross here at 1978 and a quarter. I'll write that down in my journal here. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at the composite and see where we are within this market. All right, so we are, okay, above that key CLVN at 1970. We've accepted price, we've gapped up, and we've tested and peaked outside of the longer-term microcomposite value area with that 1975.50, or it's now 75.75, and we're currently trading outside of value in the intermediate and long term. So outside of this value, you've got to be looking for a continuation to go up and make a new high and go up and hit that 82 and a quarter target, that 86 target, and that 92 target that I'm watching for. So we could come down here and test the 75. There's a little minor CLVN right here at 76.75, but it's really the key level we want to hold above today is this 75 level. But you can play off of the 76.75 just as nicely. and we're currently trading 1979. Not much up here, but measured moves, gang. So we're trading at all-time highs. You really don't want to fade, this move. Now, we are going to be opening up just right. If we opened up right here, right now, we're going to be opening up right at the value area high from yesterday, or just inside of value. And then we've got the VPOC that shifted up higher to 1978.50 yesterday, just below us. So we're likely, to test this and take out this naked VPOC. Our naked close is all the way down here at 1974.50. Failure to get outside of value here at 79 is likely to give us a test down to that 75 value area high, and possibly come down and take out the close from yesterday. Let's go and take a look at what we've got overnight. So currently right now we have an overnight high at 79.50. Then we have an overnight low at 72.25. And our VPOC that's not likely to shift is going to be 78.25. So I mean, basically one tick below the naked VPOC from yesterday. All right, so how do you trade it? Well, I would be using the 79 absolutely value area high as a defining trade to the upside. If we break above that and we hold above it, you can get long into the takeout of the overnight high. I think that the overnight low is a pretty strong low right now, so I'm really looking for a move to take out the overnight high in the RTH session. You got a 96% probability of taking out the high or the low from Globex, likely going to take out that overnight high where we're trading. But we are, inside of value and inside a range, so we have to look for a rotation on the open to take out the naked VPOC and probably come down here and take out the naked close down here. But value is just above the close, and just that's 76. You get an LVN from the Globex too at 76. So that works perfectly with what I was just about to say, because that 75 is going to be a key level. Okay, you've got the value area low from yesterday at 75.50, and you got the LVN from the Globex at 76. So definitely going to use that as a trade area. And if with this, you've got to use it as a trade area, but you've got to think of the fact that you might push through to take out the naked close down here at 74.50, which is okay because you can get short below that 75.50 and have room to get funded by the 74.50 with possibly a push through to the 73.75 value or range low from yesterday. And if we can't hold that 73.75, you got some very strong targets down below. We kind of we gapped up above them. We had the range high from Monday up at 1970, and then we gapped up and we left these these naked closes and this naked VPOC at 71.25 and 71.50. So if we break below yesterday's range, you've got three good targets below at 71.50, 71.25, and then of course the overnight low at 72.25. I wouldn't even think about trading to the short side at that point in time. Just get short with a move down. Now just below that, you've got the range at 1970, and you can see that CLVN at 1970 is there as well. So I would be using that as a trade area and looking for responsive buyers to step in. Well, between 70 and the value area high at 68, but I'm going to use 70 because it's likely to give us a little bit of a bounce off there. But the first target below that and inside Monday's range is going to be this value area high down here at 68.75. but the bigger target is that, microcomposite CLV or microcomposite VPOC down here at 6750. But you've got a good first target at the value area high. So there's going to be two targets here. There's going to be 68.75, and then of course you've got 67.50 just below, and then of course you've got the naked close for Monday at 66.50. Down here, we're going to be back inside of this balance, and the 3-day microcomposite VPOC is down here just below the the other side of the lower side of the balance around 67.50, which is here at 65.25. But you've got 64.25 as a microcomposite 3-day VPOC with that 63.75 naked VPOC from what day was that? That was from Monday as well. So those are some pretty strong targets. So I know I'm putting a lot of targets down here. We'll go 64.25. And then the other side of that balance is going to be that 62. It was 62.75. It's shifted down to 62, the CLVN right there. And then, of course, you've got the 3-day value area. But I'm really looking at this 59. So 59 is where I'd look for responsive buyers. And then we're back into all the same levels that we were looking at for last week and coming into this week. So I won't even get into those. But my main hypothesis is to hold value and hold this range, accept it, likely be choppy. I'm looking for a probability of going down and taking out and testing that 75.50. But if we could hold that 75.50, I'll even let it go as low as the 73.75 and then pop up from there. I'm looking to go up and make new highs. But we've got some wicks that we've got to deal with, and this is kind of undetermined fair value up here. We've made a big move. We've made a new high. They're likely to balance out for the day. Targets above is anything above 80.50. Okay, I'm going to be looking long into 82.25, 86.75. And I wouldn't even try to fade up here. And then, of course, you've got that 92 and 98, 92.25 and the 98. And, of course, once we're into the 90s, I think we're going to go for that 2000s. I think that they really want to test this 2000 level. But I'm not expecting that today. I really expect a balanced day today and a chop. Accept this value higher and maybe token up and make a new high up to 82.25. I'd be surprised if we get a really big rally today, although all the earnings look good so far this week. The upside balance, I think, or target for me would be 86.75. But I'm really expecting more of a rotational day today. But we'll have to wait and see what the auction gives us on the open. All right, so going over to the Russell. You know what? I'm not going to go and do the Russell that way. I'm going to just bring up my analysis as I posted it early. We're just going to look at it. Sorry, I'm being lazy today. So yesterday we peaked inside of the value area of the upper distribution. Let me just pull that chart up so you can see that. I know I keep going back to this chart, but this really defines where we are within the market here. This is the chart that I posted not last Sunday, but Sunday before. So we clearly have these two distribution zones with the accumulation zone, and we went up and we peaked inside of the value area low of the upper distribution area. It shifted slightly, but we didn't hold. So we're currently trading in around 53.90. The overnight inventory is mixed. So we had a Globex VPOC. Again, we had that VPOC in the Globex come in near the low of the night as the buyer stepped in and held us above what I consider to be a key line in the sand, is that CLVN at 1136.80. We did have a double distribution yesterday with the key level, the LVN at 1153.20, dividing those two distributions. If we hold above 1153.20, look for a move to get above the composite low volume node at 1154.40, and a move to test the upper distribution high volume node and the naked volume point of control from yesterday at 1155. If we can accept that value, okay, up there, then I would look for a destination trade, the 80% value area rule to kick in, and a test of the value area high, 1157.20. Above that value area high, I would look for the range high at 1157.50, but what I'm really watching is that CHVN at 1159.10. And then levels above that will be the CHVN at 65.50 with small resistance at the CLVN at 66.40, but the big number, of course, and the volume point of control in the distribution zone, the microcomposite VPOC, is up at that 1168.30. Once up there, if we should balance out around there and get some chop, and I'd be looking for a push through to test that 1169.70, but the key resistance is still at 1176.30. Anything above 76.30, look for that 78.20 CHVN, but the big number above us is going to be the value area high of what we tested in that value area of the microcomposite, and that's up at 1180.10. And I'm not expecting a move much bigger than that. If we can't hold the LVN from yesterday at 1153.20, then we're likely to go down and test the 1151.40, and then we've got a very important number for us below at that 1150.30. That's the microcomposite value area low of the value area of the distribution zone that we peaked inside of. If we don't hold it, then look for a move down to test the CHVN at 47.60, but more likely going to go down and test the range low at 46.80. And below that, we've got a naked close at 46.10 and the range high from the gap the other day from Monday at 1144.90. Get inside of Monday's range, look for a move down to the microcomposite naked volume point of control back down at that 42.60. And then that puts us, inside of outside of the value area, and we've got a naked VPOC down at 1139.40. But the key line in the sand, gang, is still at 1136.40. We've got 1136.80, which is the CLVN, but I'm really watching the value area high from that microcomposite down at 1136.40, because if we get back inside of that value of that accumulation zone, we've got, we went down and we kind of tested it. We got down to that 1123.80, that low from the Globex on Monday, but really, you really have to be looking next time we come down there. I don't think we're going to hold above, and we're going to go down and test that 1120. 1116.40. 1116.40 is the microcomposite VPOC for the accumulation zone. It's also the composite VPOC going back to October the 9th, 2013. And then I think we find a lot of chop in that area. And then, of course, you look at that chart that I posted, on the Sunday. Can I just close it? I must have closed it. Oh no, there it is right there. We've got this zone right here below. Get inside of this value. We get a move down to the composite VPOC to see if we can find buyers, but I don't think we're really going to find strong buying down here. I think we're going to end up chopping, between the 1116 and the 1100 with probably a push down to test the value area low of that accumulation zone down at 1098.60. So that's what I'm looking at on the Russell. Let's just take a quick look at gold. And of course we are testing that 1305 70. We keep coming down and testing it, and bouncing from there. But we break below it this time, then especially if we get a run up in the Russell and the ES, look for that move down to test the 1300. But again, the key level below us, you've got 1298, but I'm really watching that 1293, 1294, because that's where the composite VPOC going all the way back to 2008, 1024, 2008 is down here at this 1293, 1294, and we're likely to play some ping pong. So I'm using 1305, 50 as the line in the sand right now. Below that, short it into 1300 with continuation to 98 and 93, 94 area. Hold it. Look for a bounce back up towards the current composite VPOC and the microcomposite VPOC of this balance zone here up at that 1315.90. And you can use that 1307.80. Make sure you get in, you get funded before then with continuation up to 1315. Of course, the value area high is now shifted to 1325.90. A break above that should test the 1329.75. It's kind of a weak CLVN. I really be looking for a move back up to test that 1346.80 and the key, upper level of balance around that 1315.90 at the CLV and at 1346. Above that, look for continuation, and the big number and target above is at 1378.40. Gold just stuck in this price acceptance right now. We're battling it out, and you got to be playing off in the 1305.50. It's a great level to trade off of. You can see it's the value area low is just above it at 1306. So just that's the line to trade. Above it, long; below, short. Pretty simple. Okay. Hey, look at that. I got through everything pretty quickly today. Let's just take a quick look at where we are in the Keltner. See how those levels hold up. So center line right now is 1976. How beautiful is that? 1976 LVN, 1975.75. Value area high. We hold above it, a move up, 82. Look at that, 82 and a quarter. It'll be 82 and a quarter by the time we get there. How beautiful is that? Below the 75, 75, 76 level, a move down to test the lower Keltner will take you down to that 1970 level, and that key CLVN here at 1970. See how it all fits together nicely? Anyway, that's my ramblings for the morning. Trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.